Beautiful day, unlimited sparkle with clear boundaries. I hope that you enjoyed my past 2 videos about boundaries and that you understand how important they are in your life. And if you really were soaking in this information and practicing it, or at least paying attention to it in your life, then you know that it changes everything. It's life-changing. So today, this is the last video of the boundaries series. Today I would love to talk about communication and how to communicate your boundaries. I'm not going to talk about harsh boundaries like, oh, don't do this, otherwise I'll call police. I'm going to talk about stuff that's happening, like everyday stuff that's happening all the time with people, because we always have to navigate where am I and where are other people, and really develop that sensitivity, because mostly we don't have that sensitivity. And that's why we can't feel boundaries. That's why other people don't respect our boundaries, because we don't know how to communicate them. So a good language actually gives us a tool how to communicate them in a loving way. So we feel good about it. We don't feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna upset someone and they're gonna hate me forever. No. We're gonna learn how to communicate boundaries in a loving way. So even though there will be maybe sometimes we don't get what we want in that particular moment, but in the long term, we will have respect and peace of mind and love and wealth and abundance and friendships and boundaries are about all these things. Healthy, clear boundaries will give you all of this. So let's get started. Today, I would like to tell you maybe 2 different ways how to communicate boundaries. And there is many. It really depends who you're talking to and what is the situation. But just remember that when you communicate your boundaries, you want to be soft in your body. And actually, the very first thing, before you even communicate, you have to be clear with yourself. You have to have this conversation with yourself, especially in intimate relationships, because if you don't, then it just gets messy. But I'm gonna start with just friendships, regular stuff, very casual conversations. Someone is doing something, someone's in your space, maybe they're taking your time, maybe they're complaining, and you really feel that tension in your body, but you want to be nice, so you go like, and you're listening, and then 2 hours later, you wasted totally your time because they took all that time from you. But it's not about them, because you are the one who allowed that. So in those situations, how do we state our boundaries? Well, you can just say something like, I would say, acknowledge that person and give them a request. Request is always so important, because you don't want to be demanding or complaining. That's very disempowering. You want to say acknowledgement and a request. It's the most straightforward way how to ask for good boundaries, how to state your own clear boundaries. So you can say, oh, I really appreciate that you've been sharing this with me, like that you trust me. I feel honored, or I feel really good that you are here, or I love you because we've spent so much good time together before, and we've had great conversations. But today, I would like to do something else, or today I need to go, or today you get the idea, and you say, would you please, or could you please maybe tell me about it later, or could we stop and change the topic, or can we talk about something else? So this request has to be really clear, and don't be afraid to really feel it in your body. What do you really need? What do you really want? What are you really asking for? So 2 simple steps. Acknowledge the person, so you really develop that loving relationship, the connection, and then tell them, could you please do something else? Or can you please do something else? I'm going to give you like a cheat sheet in the description if you want to review this, because I know that it's hard to remember all of this. But once you see it, at least I'm very visual. Once I see it written down, like, I will remember in those hard moments when I'm like abandoning my boundaries. I will remember what to say. Oh, it's a cool idea to actually thank them for all these beautiful things they've done before, and then ask a request what I'm needing. And I would like to give you a second part of this communication, how to ask for good boundaries or for clear boundaries. And this one is based on NVC, which is nonviolent communication. I've seen it working and didn't see it working, but it's the most important part in this is that connection between you and the other person, and really establishing first connection with yourself and being really clear with yourself. Because if you don't get this part right, then it just doesn't work. So the first part, you have a communication with yourself, and you want to see, let's say you feel triggered. Someone is doing something to you and you don't want them to. Maybe they talk too much. Maybe they coming into your room. Maybe they are asking you to do, I don't know, all these things that can come up. Or they are not giving you money they promise they will, or all these situations. So first, you look inside and you see how you're feeling. And I want to remind you that this is really with people that you feel that you already have connection with, and this relationship is important for you. You want to have this connection. So first you look into your own feelings. How are you feeling? Okay, so, but if you say, I'm feeling pissed off at you right now, what you've done, then it's not gonna work. This is not a genuine feeling. So really look deeper and try to be vulnerable. This is the most important part. Be vulnerable and see, maybe there is like a sadness. Maybe I actually feel sad, or I feel ashamed. I feel so embarrassed. And all these feelings actually we usually hide. We don't want to expose them. So have this introspection with yourself. Then see what you're needing. What is your need? What are you needing right now? Maybe I need another week. Maybe I need, with the deadline, or maybe I need a bit of space and come back later, or maybe I'm needing, what can I need? It really varies on the situation. As I said, I'm gonna give all these different tips in the description because it's easier to actually see it written down so you remember it better. So first, you look into your feelings, you find your need, and the last part, you state a clear request. And you do everything in your head first. This communication has to happen with yourself first. So a clear request sounds something like, would you please give me, or could you please do this, or would you be willing to do this? And it's a very clear statement. And if there is any number, you can put, maybe come back in 2 hours, or I need half of the deposit by Friday. Be just very, very specific and feel it really feel it in your body. And if you can communicate, having your boundaries clear like this, a whole new world will open up for you. So I'm going to write it down in the description, different tips, and I would love to hear from you. What do you think? Because really, I feel so passionate about boundaries. As you can see, I feel so passionate about boundaries. It's an everyday practice. Every situation is a practice, because it's not all about love. Because really, love and compassion and everything else only lives in good boundaries. And there is a difference in being kind and in being nice. We try to be nice too much often, and you can be kind when you have clear boundaries. So thank you so much for watching. And how far are you willing to go to live unbound?